What up, guys? Big Ninja. Coming up on early this week, I guess, kind of to do the live stream. Told you guys do about a 15, 20 a minute or whatever live stream, like I said I was gonna start to try to do. I've gotten work a little more figured out. Um, yeah. I guess. Yeah, I just seen the new Lex the Hex master video, the jokes over with him, Grizzly Hendrix, and Gmo Ski. Shout out to them. They did a good job on that video. I like the effects. Um, Produced well. Magic Ninja's putting out a lot of good videos right now. It's cool to see one for Lex the Hex Master. I definitely was a big fan of that Beyond Redemption. Um, I thought he did a really good job with that. So shout outs to Lex on that. Enjoyed the video for sure. You guys should go check it out. Probably later, maybe I'll put a link in the description for it. If you guys want to go check that out. That's just quickly on the Lex stuff. Shout out to him for the good video, for sure. Gmo and Grizzy killed it in there for sure too. Got kind of my first look at that Grizzly Hendrix guy. Was digging that stuff, so maybe go check out more of what he's got to offer. And then it says too, with DCG Con. Like I said on my last live stream, and to this morning, then on Tales from the Lotus podcast. You guys go check those guys out for sure. I was on there today. Kind of explained. There's kind of a Discord, full of juggalos and stuff, and it's called the Jugganati. I was talking about kind of that issue, but just kind of with what I said with that. It was part of what was going on with that. The thing is, my outtake is like this. I'm not for, I don't condone anything like that went down. I don't think anything should have went down at all. I think, that what happened, it was regretful, especially too because, really the person, I guess, that was involved, that there was pictures around, going around of, he got kind of the worst end of it, and yet it sounded like all he was going to do was just chill there and play games and shit. He really didn't have a strong, Juggalo or, DCG con time. It was his first time, and he was going with people that had gone, and that they were more related to it all. And, so, that situation, and then, as far as, whatever happened, at the con, I'm, not too up on that. I mean, there was that video floating, but it was all chopped around, so whatever happened with that, I don't know. But, I don't even condone that either. That was, whatever that was, that really, like to have seen that not to happen either, so either way, I just think it's sad that, that the, events unfolded like they did, I guess, because it looked like such a fresh time, the first day there, all the footage I had caught between Carnival Spirits and CPN and, Brooklyn Menace, shouts out to all them. Go check them out too. Those guys were all getting good footage. I was loving the footage. Everybody looked like they were having an awesome time, and then, day 2 rolled around, and the drama had happened, and they had all the juggalos there and whatever, they had come together and decided they were still gonna make it a blast anyways, which was awesome. So regardless of everything, everybody came together and had a fun time anyways, which I think was great. And just yeah, for sure, just just imagine, had the drama not gone down, they'd have had everything going. I think it'd have probably been an even better time. I think that's what a lot of people are looking forward to in the next time they're gonna have it. I wish I could have gone to this one. I'm definitely gonna try to catch the next one. Just because of the reasons, like I said, definitely would have delivered. I said I would have liked to have gone, to meet homies and to see concerts, because I'm not really big on the tabletops and video games aspect, but I'd have loved to have met people, kicked it and chilled, had a fun time, and definitely caught the concerts for sure. That would have been dope. So, I mean, hopefully, next year they can get, out of it what they originally wanted this year, for sure. I think there's a lot of I think there's a lot of learned uh, you know experience out of running the second one and learning how to troubleshoot it even more. Obviously, what seems key is picking a venue. Psychopathic should probably, research, either research how to like keep keep in that location and have it be good and keep it flowing good, or possibly, pick a new location, you know, and see just the specs of it and how like stuff would go down, and even just stuff along that lines, like if just let's just like just to have your p's and q's all straightened out, like it's just to have the research done, just to make sure, and the due diligence, like to create a better you know outcome next time, you know off of what they had figured out from the past. Keep learning and keep growing your experience, and I have faith Psychopathic can do that. I think DCG Con's a good addition to some of the bigger events they do. Um, just because, I mean, also too, it's like the family aspect. It's bringing a family aspect in it, because it was something kids and all the families could attend to. Kind of like Astronomicon. So I think it's good for them to build some of these extra like bigger events, kind of unlike the Gathering. I think that's pretty dope. I'd like to start attending some of these myself. But yeah, as far as it all stands, like, yeah, I don't whether it was them, or whatever involvement BBS had with any of this, down to like, the people that follow them that had I don't condone any of this. Like, I especially don't, like I said, I especially don't condone that song they made. Like, just the title is just offensive and horrible. Slap a hole. Like, I can't push that enough either. Like, I know I had already mentioned this, but yeah, like, I just, like, releasing that right before it happened, and, like, again, it had these, like, hidden messages, or whatever, just to stir the pot and shit, but you choose to do it in the sense that, like, you release these messages through a song. It's just degrading, and just the lyrics in the song or degrading. The song adds nothing better to the positive aspects of human life. Like, I mean, after hearing it, it was kind of like that Adam Sandler moment on, like, fucking, Billy Madison. Like, I had then felt dumber for listening to it, and felt like I wished I could have that, like, 4.5 minutes of my life back. You know? Like, that's pretty much, like, my view on it. Is just the whole thing, you know, was just, I don't know. And to be fair, like, I guess, to play a devil's advocate, I'll just put this out there quickly. Now, mind you, yeah, I respect these people and their right to feel the way they do. But on the other side, I guess, there was kind of, like, the opposite end of it all. Like, yeah, I don't really condone what BBS did, but to be fair, I really don't condone what the other side did either. Like, you know, like, we want to play the we're better than them card, but yet there was people that ripped off, BBS members' shirts, and I heard about one about getting pissed on and shit on, something like that, if that's true. Like, if that's true, like, that's not really that kosher either, to be fair. So, there was also, the other end of the coin there, too. So, to be fair, I don't really think that should have happened either. To be fair to both sides. So, like, honestly, like, I just kind of feel like, like, yeah, I would say most of the people attending there, like, really got ripped off of a good situation because of, like, the fuse on both sides kind of, like, mindset on it all, that it all went into and happened, and then this little bit of stuff popped off. Like, let's really not play. If certain people, wouldn't have had drama before all this, certain stuff probably wouldn't have went down. I'll just say it. Like, it felt like it could have been avoided. I mean, the only other way you could have avoided it is DCG Con would have not been in, Denver. Like, that's the only other way I feel like it could have been avoided. Is either, pre-drama before it, from, juggalos voicing their opinions to what they thought about BBS, and putting it on YouTube. And then BBS's people, making the move they did, even though it was, stupid, because they basically picked, just one of the most randomest people out of the pack of people that was actually being a keyboard warrior, told them beat them up, and in their eyes, it's, I know from what I've seen, it was kind of a win, even though I don't know how you consider that a win. Doesn't really seem like it to me. You picked the oddest ball out who had nothing to do with it, and you beat him up, and then you hit him with a skateboard. And so it's just like, I don't really get what either side felt like it really, like, felt like it had accomplished. Like, that's what I kind of don't, like, really get for the whole thing. Is it's like, I'll just kind of say this, like, I think things have gotten kind of backwards. You had all these juggalos, like, sitting here talking about, well, we marched, and now you got some of these juggalos, like, acting like the very thing, like, they said they marched against. Like, well, we marched because we didn't want to be looked at as, like, gang members, and we didn't want to looked at as we did rambunctious stuff, or, like, did stuff that would maybe later incite stuff, and yet, like, it seems like it's gone backwards almost to me. And now you got these people, like, you got certain people, like, saying certain stuff, and kicking up and kicking up drama. And it's like, and yet those people were the ones championing, like, this whole "we marched, we didn't want to be labeled" thing the hardest, and yet there's almost seems like there's, like, now gang-like activity happening. Unfortunately, even at one of these bigger events, it almost seems like it. People are getting in fights and stuff in big crowds, and it just doesn't look good, Like, I just, like, it just confuses me. Like, what happened to, yeah, we just marched for all, like, what happened to you got together and everybody, like, got in unity and stuff, and, like, everybody was there for the betterment, and now it's just like we have all this drama and infighting. It's just gotten so crazy. What can I say? I mean, I don't know, but yeah, like with the GCG con stuff, no, I don't sit with BBS. I don't condone anything they did, you know. And as far as, like, on the other side of them, if anybody, like, did stuff to their people, that, I mean, I don't really agree with that stuff either. The whole, like, merch getting, like, taken or pissed on or whatever. I don't really, I mean, I just altogether just feel like, if we're going to champion this thing of, like, we march and we have these morals, and, like, we want to portray ourselves, like, as everyday citizens. We shouldn't be looked at as criminals. Then, like, act accordingly. Like, show you can be civil. Show you can conduct yourself in an adult manner at, a convention, to where there's going to be adults in the public, that are going to be able to come to, like, not just juggalos. Like, there was people at this event that probably, to a point, was walking into it not even knowing what a juggalo was, just seeing it and probably being interested in, oh, what's this, this big thing going on, right in front of me in the city I live in, and it looks interesting, kind of like a carnival that I would like to bring my kids. And yet, there was what was going on. So, to me, that's just the thing that screams out at me the most, is it's just like, I just like to see, for the people championing the whole, like, we marched, we have morals, we want to have a good, standing for juggalos, in the United States and the world. Then it's just like, yeah, then maybe take that own advice, That's I guess that's just, like, me, like, keeping it real, honestly. Just my look at it is, it's just like, I just really wish juggalos, like, as far as it comes to, I just hope we learn from this, like, as far as it goes to events, like, man, maybe just, like, I don't know, like, that's the thing, is it's like, and juggalos are so different too, because you got juggalos that, like, oh, what up, Papa? Thanks for popping in, man. I understand. Thanks for checking out the live stream. Thanks for the comment, for sure. The live comment, much appreciated. But yeah, I just, that's just my view on it. So to wrap it up, like, yeah, I don't condone what BBS did. I don't condone what I heard, like, Russell Gang did with the members that tore off, or there was a hat stolen and some shirt, like I said, got pissed on or something like that, I don't condone that either. Like, if people are going to sit and say, oh, well, it was bad of those BBS, like, peons, I guess you'd call them, because they weren't, like, obviously they weren't too connected to Frankie Grudge and, what's his face, because they weren't, on Chuck stuff, they weren't really seeming to acknowledge who these people were. So obviously these people were just like rando, like dead gang people. So if you're gonna sit and say, oh well, hit, dude, yeah, dude from Dead Gang hit dude in the face with a skateboard. If you're gonna sit and say that's bad, you're a hypocrite. If you're not gonna sit and say like Russell Gang stealing a hat or taking some other dude's merch off of them and then pissing all over it. Like, yeah, I get there's no real injury in the other instance, but it's still like it's taking your personal property. That's just still, it's still not cool. It's not assault, but it's not much better. It's still like you're invading that person's space to do that, which isn't much better. So I just, I think the biggest people that need to learn the biggest lesson out of all this is juggalos. Like, yeah, sure, like Psychopathic could learn a few things from this, but like juggalos, I just hope from now on, like, I'd almost like to see people just try to walk the line of like, try to keep the drama out of the events. Either that or like, make sure if it's really gonna be something, that those people like go and do whatever they're gonna do, like with that other faction or group of people, like outside of, the con or a concert or event or whatever it is. Like, don't involve the con or place you're at into it. Like, if you're gonna have some, like street beef, go have it in the streets. That's what I. Not that I condone any of that, but it's seeming like it happens anyways. We have these factional beefs, and people, to me, I feel like are taking it way too far. I mean, it's turning into reality now. It's not just words typed up on a chat because of a keyboard anymore. Like stuff's turning real. Like, I know I had said some of this on my buddy Raz's stream just a couple months ago. I was like, watch, people are gonna start fighting. There's gonna actually become physicality out of all this. I was like, it's not getting any better, it's getting worse. That's what I told him. I was like, watch. So I just, I'd really like if juggalos are really gonna try to stand by this dying thing of, like they say, family, like, then we really need to get back to it. Like, I get you can want to have your differences of, okay, you don't want to choose to stand or spend money with a certain label. That's fine, but people need to, I feel like at least need to start being civil. Like, okay, you don't like me, you don't like Psychopathic, you don't like LSP, something like that. Don't go to their show. Don't give them any money. This that. Leave it alone. Like, this infighting isn't helping juggalos. Like, it's helping. It's helping. Like, it's helping certain. It's helping. Because the drama is something for them to focal point around. But at the expense of what? The rest of the juggalos. That now there's all this infighting. And where's it getting us? I guess that's the question I'm leaving with, like, all my fam. Like, where's it getting us? I hope I'm not the only one that's pondered some of this shit. I really hope I'm not. But yeah, I'm glad DCG Gone went as a success regardless. Everybody came together, regardless, had a good time. Like I said, shout outs to, Carnival Spirits and CPN and Brooklyn Menace for getting such good footage. Those are some of the people I watched as far as footage. look like a really good time. Like I said, I'd love to go next year. Looks like it'd be an awesome time. Hopefully, like I said, things will be taken in and used to help, build the next one, for further success. Hoping to see, Psy keep doing good things in this current year. Still waiting to see what they're going to do with Fred Fury. By the way, I've seen that that new, Tom Lockwood Tom Wood Fred Fury thing, really dope. Shout outs to him. That looked really dope. I got one of his shirts, the Carnival of Carnage. Looks like it's gonna swallow the Juggalo holding the pill. I got that shirt. Definitely think his art's fresh. But yeah, like I said, glad DCG Con was a success. Don't condone really any of the drama. Like I said, I'd like to really, and it's I guess I just kind of want to put this out there too, just kind of as just kind of I don't, something I came to think of before I wrap this up. I came to think, I think the infighting, I feel like it's gotten so bad that I feel like that Juggalos would probably still be at each other's throats, even if, say, tomorrow, in front of a camera, ICP and Twisted, said they were cool again. I bet you it'd be a year from now if that were to happen tomorrow, and there'd still be Juggalos fighting. Now, yeah, I get that, ICP and Twisted aren't a monolith to a lot of Juggalos. Whatever, whatever, they say or do doesn't go as, concrete code to most Juggalos. Yes, I realize that. They're not, a lot of Juggalos are Juggalos for themselves, like myself, But I'm just saying, I feel like it's that bad that it's, they could all shake hands and be like, we're cool, and say to their fans, oh, hey, we made everything cool, like we did with Tech 9, just, and see what goes down. And honestly, I bet you it would still be a year or two later before there'd actually be people, actually probably trying to make moves to actually, honor the fact that, and go, oh, well, they made up, so maybe we should, start. I don't know. Maybe my look at that is, a little, out there for some people, but that's just kind of how I've been looking at it, and it just, I don't know, just kind of confuses me, and just, I don't know, it just makes me feel just, I don't know, I don't know, just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of feel sorry for the state of things with, the Juggalos. I just really wish, stuff could just, I get stuff takes time sometimes, but, it's only been a year since the March and whatnot. I get stuff takes time. Like I said, nobody need to support nobody financially or go to concerts or buy merch, and they don't, really full support themselves. If you really don't 100%, feel that way, then do you, but, try to, at least try to be, civil with other fam that might not quite see it your way. I try to be that way. I have talks with, certain people, whatever your label would be, and, I try to keep stuff in mind, and, try to keep everything cool, But, yeah, that's honestly, that's all I wanted to say with it all, you guys. Like I said, I like the new Lex video. Probably put it in the description eventually. Go check that out if you guys want. That's really all, I got to say with DCG Con for now, unless, some stuff really starts to surface. I mean, other than that, like, my official statement with it is, I guess, is I'm looking at it like, from my point of view, I really don't think MNE or Gmo or anybody honestly had anything to do with it. Because to me, when Twisted sent out that, screenshot or whatever it was on Facebook that said, "Oh, hope the clowns and all their people like have a good show at the Roxy." I thought that was a really good goodwill gesture towards them. So man, shout out to Twisted for being cool like that, showing some fam love, for sure. But yeah, glad all the ninjas there could flip it around, make DCG Con good. Glad everybody had fun. Like I said, hope to make it out to the next one. If you guys like what I'm doing here, give me a comment, a share, a like, and a subscribe. It's been your boy Big Ninja. Like I said, I'll probably try to do one, possibly maybe 2 little short videos coming up this week. This will have been my little live stream that came on, talked about a few things. Like I said, you guys are gonna try to do this each week, hopefully. But it's been your boy Big Ninja. Hope all my ninjas and ninjettes have a good day, and peace.